It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? It is Tuesday, and you know what that means? It is Team Fight Tuesday. And today we're going to be talking about the mobile hero of the month, and that is Keira. And we've got a couple of good teams to talk about today. Polling the Discord and my audience and other high end players, the quote unquote meta team is a mixture of about 8 different heroes. Of course, we got to start with Keira here. And the tank options, you're going to either want to do Cleaver was very popular. Galahad was also pretty popular. So Galahad and Cleaver probably pretty interchangeable for their stats and abilities. But Astaroth actually comes in handy as well if you don't have either of the other two leveled up. But overwhelmingly, the majority of people said that Cleaver, Keira, King Mao, Dorian, and Jet is the meta team. This is the most often quoted Keira team when people ask. There's a couple of variants on this. You could do Sebastian instead of King Mao. Handy against some teams. A handy team against a lot of Bob teams is Andvari. You could pop him in there. Everything else pretty well stays the same. Pretty solid there. Another pretty popular team actually drops Dorian and Jet out in favor of Nebula, Martha, and the hero Fox. And this is another, let's see, where is my Fox? This is another anti-physical, anti-carc team as well. So a couple of good meta teams there. But what we're going to do for the sake of our Team Fight Tuesday testing is Dorian and Jet on the back end with a mixture of King Mao and Vari Sebastian. This is the team. And for those of you that don't know, every Tuesday from now until I run out of heroes, I guess, I'm going to take the most meta team that I can find of the hero of the month, both for mobile and Facebook, and I'm going to pit them against the other quote unquote meta teams. And meta stands for most effective tactic available or most efficient tactic available. And so what tends to happen whenever you have a pool of about 45, 47 heroes, people will gravitate towards the top 15 or so heroes, the top third in the bell curve, if you will. And then you build your team of 5 out of that, the most effective teams available. So with all that being said, let's get into the first team. And first we've got a team of, let's get this going here. We've got a team of, this is my team. This is my Bob team. Astaroth, Kark, Nebula, Faceless, and Martha. And out of the gate, I thought that I was going to need Andvari. I got a little lost here, sorry. That I was going to need Andvari in order to compete with this team. So here I am trying to find the heroes. I promise you this gets a lot smoother as this video goes on. So I fire up the battle here, and it goes better than I expected. Now, this is the Facebook version of Andvari. The mobile version has a different set of skills, but as you can see, pretty well trucked that team. Keira did a bunch of damage, and Vari did okay. Dorian, Jet, great team. It's a great team. Did a lot better against the Bob team, my Bob team, than I thought I would. So, wanted to try the other non-Andvari version of the team. So I throw Cleaver back in, Dorian, Jet. Whoops, see, I don't know where Jet is yet. Like I said, I promise this gets better. The King Mao version without Andvari, because I feel like maybe I'm completely lost here, guys. I'm sorry. I can't find King Mao. There we go. There's Jet, and then come on, King Mao. Come on. There you go, Charlie. You see her. Fantastic. Okay, and then sorry, guys. So I was surprised that this team actually handled my Bob team pretty well. So I probably could have tweaked the Bob team a little bit. And as you can see here, you've got some stats. Does a little less damage overall than than the previous fight, but King Mao does a little bit more damage. So I thought, let's try a different meta Bob team. And so what I did is I went and grabbed Tim's Kark team off of his spreadsheet. He has this listed as the top team in his team's tier list, either by coincidence or by his actual tier setting. And what he does is he actually uses Helios in his team. And I just wanted to try out a different variant. So you can see Astaroth, Kark, Nebula, Faceless, Helios, and he says that this team will chew you up in about 20 seconds. And if you don't know, Tim is the admin of the OG Server 2 Facebook group. He's a great guy. He knows a lot of stuff about the game. He's been playing for a long time. Very smart with Hero Wars. So it took me actually 3 tries to beat this team. It actually took me 3 tries to beat this team. So, my cleaver is hanging on for dear life there. And yeah, you can kind of see my stats a little bit. Didn't do that much damage. I guess Helios and his anti-physical attack abilities really held off my, physical attacking team. So I tried out a different variant of the team. I went to let's see, which team setup did I use here? Oh, I tried the Anvari team. That's right. And anti-Kark, I threw an Anvari. So this might be different on mobile. Of course, this is Facebook testing. But on Facebook, the addition of Anvari did not slow down this Kark team. It did a little better, but alas, was not enough. Just as the fight went on, I just kind of broke down and, there I went. And yeah, so you kind of see the stats there. Helios did a lot more damage, and I'm guessing that's just by the fact that he's an anti-physical hero. Couldn't beat this team. Was starting to be really unsure about if I could beat this team or not. But with that, I tried one more time, and this was one of the other meta Keira teams that was given to me. A lot of people will put, Celeste in that 4th hero slot. Some people put Jorgen in that 4th hero slot. But I think that Fox is a really good anti-physical support / damage dealing hero as well. And as you can see here, she actually was the deciding factor. She blinded a couple of times. She did a little bit of crit damage, and she made it work. And, with the addition of Fox and Nebula and Martha, of course, I was finally able to beat this Kark team. So Kark team is beatable. Tim's team is beatable. My team is beatable. I shouldn't say my team. I didn't come up with the Nebula Martha team. It was suggested to me a long time ago, and that's just what I've run with. So I don't want to claim it as my own. It's not my team. Okay. So next, I wanted to do some twins teams, and I started with the Ziri twins Jorgen Martha setup. Guys, please let me know if you find that there's a better twins team or a better Kark team or a better Satori team that you want me to try in these team fight videos. So I start off with Cleaver, Keira, King Mao. I did the King Mao version first, and of course Dorian and Jet. See, I'm getting a little faster at finding these heroes. Oh, there we are. Getting a little faster. And it takes me longer to find the hero than it does to actually do this sped up battle. Twins beats me. And what you'll see is actually a pretty common theme over the next couple of battles is the twins can handle Keira pretty handily. The twins being Lars and Krista, they do what they do. They won that round. I made a little adjustment for round 2. And you'll see that it actually worked out for me. Excuse me. So one of the new heroes that was added, Sebastian, he actually has a little bit of anti-twins ability, and I'm not sure if this is going to be the same on mobile as it is on Facebook. The ability is the same on both, but it's slightly better on Facebook because Sebastian actually starts with energy on Facebook, which is a weird thing. He starts with energy based on his physical attack, whereas on mobile, he has the armor reduction skill. So those are swapped out. So armor reduction may or may not have helped in this fight, but his ability to block debuffs certainly did help. And Again, I don't know if the blocked debuffs are the same on Facebook as they are on mobile, but with the addition of Sebastian, he was able to keep the watermarks off long enough to let Keira do her work, and work she did. So then I tried out the second twins team that I have on here. That's the Galahad, Lars, Krista, Nebula, Martha team, which gave my Bob team a little bit of fits in the last Team Fight Tuesday video. And first, of course, I start off with the King Mao Keira team, Dorian Jets, and I die very quickly. Very quickly. And so you can kind of take a look at the damage dealt here. Pretty typical, Lars and Krista doing some work there. Martha adding the speed boost really does a lot for them. And then what proceeded was about about a dozen tries between me and Dan Buccini trying to find a Keira team. This is the original. Trying to find a Keira team that could beat this. I added Sebastian in, just like I did with the first twins team. Wasn't successful. I swapped in Rufus for Sebastian, and again, pulling out King Mao, the original team, wasn't successful. Started to get a little antsy here. Added in Galahad instead, thinking that might have done something. Lasted a little longer, but nope. Couldn't do it. Started to get a little bit more crazy. Added in Cornelius instead. Still couldn't do it. Tried the Jorgen, Nebula, Martha team that was suggested to me a little while ago. I didn't try Fox because Fox is an anti-physical hero. I tried Astaroth instead of Cleaver. Couldn't do it. And I tried, click that again. And then I started Aurora Satori, couldn't do it. And Dan tried a couple of things. He tried Aurora, Jorgen, Nebula, Martha, couldn't do it. Tried Aurora Celeste, Jorgen Faceless with Keira. Nope. Tried the team that I tried earlier, but with Galahad. Tried in, with Thea instead for silences. And it wasn't until we added Leon and Cornelius, I guess, that we were actually able to be victorious. So not sure. I think this might just be a loss. Tried a different team there with Phobos. And then I was like, hey, there's no Keira in this team. That's not going to work. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll throw in another team with Keira. And then here we went back to the Leon team with Faceless instead. And as you can see, Leon was probably the deciding factor. And Leon puts, people to sleep. And here's that Leon fight, Leon Cornelius. I thought I'd play it here for you real quick. I don't know that I would suggest leveling up Leon, but if you see a lot of Galahad twins, Martha Nebula on your server, that's probably going to be what you're going to need to do. And then here's the stats from that. I'm guessing that Leon's disruption allowed Keira time to do the damage. And Cornelius is pretty easy to level up, given that his abilities are based on level. You still want to level up his defensive skills a little bit going up against high level teams, but Leon's going to take some work and some resources to level up. So yeah, good luck with that, I guess. Grabbed Tim's Satori team from his spreadsheet, and it wasn't until after I recorded this video and I started editing it that I realized that his Satori team has Thea instead of Martha. I'm not sure how much that would change the outcome of this. I'll probably do Thea in the next Team Fight Tuesday if that's what he continues to have as his Satori healer in the back. But Keira just crushed that team. A lot of damage there. A lot of damage. Didn't need to try anybody else. That team was successful. Yeah. And then on to the full mage team with Orion, Dorian, Helios. Some people suggested that on this team last week I used Astaroth, Jorgen, Dorian, Orion, Helios. Some people suggested I use Celeste instead for a little bit more healing / disruption. And that might have worked better on the Bob team, but it did not work well against this team. So that team just fell over, probably because low health with all the casters there in the back. And, King Mao dropping the armor of Astaroth. Cleaver just doing some great AoE damage as he pulls heroes forward. Not a very strong hero in the back in Helios. And Keira just chews them up. 2.7 million. So now to the third team that actually gave me a little bit of trouble. This Jew Nebula Sebastian setup that that I want to try. I feel that this is the best Sebastian and or Jew team. Please let me know in the comments if there's a better quote unquote best Jew slash Sebastian team out there. You can see that I didn't do very well against this team. It just kind of beat me. And here we go. It took me about 5 tries to find. This was the first one. A lot of damage from Jew. This was the second one I swapped in Invari. Whoops, clipped off to that too fast. I swapped in Invari from King Mao, hoping that could help a little bit. I'm not sure why I did that, but swapped Helios in for the anti-crit, anti-physical damage. Didn't do it. Didn't help. I tried the Fox Nebula Martha team, as that's really anti-physical as well. And then finally, it wasn't until I just added in Astaroth to the final team, or I'm sorry, to the original team, that Keira, King Mao, Dorian Jet. With Astaroth, it seemed to do it, and I'm not really sure why. I guess it's because of his resurrection. That's probably the main reason why. There might be other reasons, but that's my best guess. His Jew is single target damage, really heavy single target damage, and Astaroth is an AoE, a light AoE shield that basically lasts 1 to 2 hits. But for whatever reason, adding in Astaroth is the key. So if you're going up against a Jew Sebastian team and you have a Cleaver King Mao, Keira, healer support team, I would suggest swapping in Astaroth instead, and that will let you get past that Jew team. Well, with all that being said, I'm going to wrap the video up here. That was about 8 fights, maybe 10 or so. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing, feather that like button, click that like button, caress that like button. And, I hope you guys like these style of videos. I'm very excited to be doing these, as I feel like I'm learning a lot myself about different teams that I don't normally play. And, I'm hoping that I'm helping people that are building Keira teams, or, whatever Hero of the Month teams there are. I'm hoping I'm helping those players learn what primary people to level with Keira, as well as a couple alternate heroes to level with Keira that could deal with, other meta or popular teams that's out there. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. This video has gone a little too long, but hope you enjoyed it to its completion, and I will see you next time.